I think I did very good. I can give this an A performance because it's not too much damage I took from this fight. I did use my reach like everybody wants me to always. So I think listening and sticking to the plan gives me that A performance.
Man, that dude need to be 86 for the division. He way too tall. I'm sorry, they need to calibrate them scales. I don't know how he making them weight classes. It is not fair. Chico. It is not fair.
So he beats Tszyu, and then he beats, Thurman, who's been very inactive, moved up in weight, and was a huge underdog for those reasons. So let him beat somebody maybe a little bit of a higher level of thought before you go too crazy.
Controversy erupts again in the boxing world. Sebastian Fundora, finally breaking his silence after his hard-fought victory over Keith Thurman, has addressed the storm of criticism surrounding his performance. The tall, imposing middleweight made it clear that he was simply executing what comes naturally to him, using his height, reach, and ring IQ to dominate every exchange. Fundora insists he did not take shortcuts or rely on luck. Every move was calculated, every punch a statement of his skill. Addressing claims that the fight was stopped prematurely, he confidently defended the referee's decision, calling it absolutely correct, and insisting the stoppage reflected the realities in the ring. Fundora's words are as bold as his presence, sending a clear warning to anyone questioning his rise. He is here to dominate, no excuses.
Talking about the fight maybe being stopped prematurely. Did you feel that way being in there with him? Did you feel like you had sufficiently damaged him and that he was on his last leg?
I didn't think it was stopped prematurely. I thought it was stopped at the right time because as soon as that eye cut open, the doctor was already looking at that eye, and it was all purple. As soon as we stepped into the sixth round, I knew I had to bust it open, and it happened with one of the first punches. But me as a person, as a human being, I wouldn't want him to take any more damage. But this is boxing, so it's not up to me.
And out of all the guys in the division, is there any one of them that you want the most?
Not really. I think I'm the best. I think they all need to come to me.
But the story doesn't end there. Keith Thurman fired back with intense frustration, pointing fingers at the referee for stopping the fight prematurely. Thurman, known for his fierce determination, argued that he was still very much in control and fully capable of turning the tide in his favor. According to him, the bout was just heating up, the real battle only beginning as both fighters were settling into their rhythm. Thurman insisted that if he had just a few more rounds, he could have staged a dramatic comeback, proving why he's considered one of boxing's elite. His words are sharp, full of confidence and defiance, challenging Fundora's dominance and keeping the debate alive, turning what seemed like a finished fight into a heated controversy that the boxing world can't stop talking about.
He definitely trained hard. He has that conditioning. He's a volume puncher. And, I think it's that little bit of a press that he was putting on that, let that referee feel, the way that he felt to jump in. But, he was prepped. He was opening up. He was starting to throw wide. And that's where, veteran has an opportunity to shine. I'm telling you, man. Fans were loving it. Action was getting real. No need to just stop it right then, right there. But, once again, not that beat up. I can fight more. We'll see what happens, man. But it was a good fight. Wanted a great fight. I think if it went just a few more minutes, something great would happen. Or maybe I would have got dropped. And then, at the end of the day, I can accept a true defeat. But defeat on top of defeat, it just doesn't feel right, man. It's very unfortunate because I've never been stopped in my career. Not in the amateurs, not in the pros. So just a referee depicting my future like that, I don't like it.
Many observers watching the fight have weighed in, adding fuel to the controversy. A number of analysts and boxing insiders believe Keith Thurman deserved more time to prove himself, arguing that the stoppage came too soon. Considering Thurman's legacy as a former world champion, they feel he had the skill, experience, and fight IQ to potentially reverse the momentum if only given a few more rounds. These experts highlight that boxing is not just about early dominance, it's about endurance, strategy, and the ability to adapt under pressure. Their perspective adds another layer to the debate, making the discussion about Fundora's win even more charged. Fans and critics alike are left questioning, Did the referee act too quickly, or was it the right call in a split-second sport?
WBC 154-pound champ, the tallest champion in all of boxing, active champion, Sebastian Fundora at 6'6", 154 pounds, defended his title in an impressive performance versus former world champion, welterweight champion, Keith one-time Thurman. And in the lead up to this fight, Bud, there was a lot of talk about Thurman's inactivity, Thurman's injuries, and then the size difference. Could Thurman use angles and movement to get Fundora's feet crossed up or off balance and then look to be effective in spots, maybe with the left hook? He tried. Keith Thurman came there to win. He gave it his all, but in the end, Fundora was too much. The punches, the leverage, the volume, you name it. He gets the stoppage. A lot of people out there are not thrilled with the stoppage. Referee Taylor stopped the fight. Thought it was a little premature, especially when you're talking about a former world champion in Keith Thurman. You give him a little more opportunity. But where the fight was leading, the way it felt like the stoppage was coming and probably inevitable. In the end, again, very impressive performance by Fundora.
Legendary trainer and outspoken analyst Teddy Atlas didn't hold back his thoughts, stepping right into the heart of the controversy. Known for his sharp eye and no-nonsense commentary, Atlas admitted he wasn't thrilled with how quickly the fight was stopped. While he acknowledged that Keith Thurman was indeed taking damage, Atlas suggested the referee may have acted a little too hastily, potentially cutting short what could have been a competitive and exciting finish. His insight carries weight in the boxing community, as fans and fighters alike respect his experience and honesty. Atlas's comments add a critical perspective, fueling the debate over whether Fundora's victory was fully earned in the eyes of some experts or if Thurman was robbed of a fair chance to mount a comeback in those decisive rounds.
I love the stoppage with the referee. I thought the referee, look, he was compassionate. He did the right thing, right? He protected the fighter, but he protected himself a little bit too because it was looking a little bit bad there. But I wasn't thrilled with the referee stopping it, I'll tell you right now. But it's awful hard to argue strongly against it because he was getting busted up. It was a whitewash. It was one-way traffic. It didn't look like he had answers. He had the right idea, but it wasn't being executed. The idea was to move, use his athleticism, move side to side, keep Fundora moving his feet, switching his stances, and then get in, jump in, move in, close in real quick, and attack when Fundora wasn't ready to punch.
Atlas didn't stop there. He drew parallels to Sebastian Fundora's earlier clash with Tim Tszyu, a fight that had its own share of controversy. In that bout, Tszyu suffered a severe head wound from what was officially ruled an accidental elbow, forcing him to fight with impaired vision for much of the match. Even though the incident was widely considered unintentional, the dramatic nature of the injury and Tsyu's struggle sparked debates among fans and analysts alike. Questions arose about Fundora's tactics, his positioning, and even his gloves, as observers dissected every angle of the fight. Atlas used this example to highlight the fine line in boxing between legitimate dominance and circumstances that can inadvertently tip the scales, reminding everyone that controversy has long seemed to follow Fundora's rise.
Fundora. But before we go too crazy, remember the guys that he's beaten recently. He beat Casas, he beat, what's his name? Tszyu. He beat Tszyu, who he had beaten once before in a controversial fight where Tszyu was bleeding very badly. And before he fought him in a rematch, Tszyu had been knocked out. So he beats Tszyu, and then he beats, Thurman, who's been very inactive, moved up in weight, and was a huge underdog for those reasons. So let him beat somebody maybe a little bit of a higher level of thought before you go too crazy. But I agree, he has improved since he won the title.
Sebastian Fundora's physical tools are nothing short of extraordinary, giving him a massive edge over most competitors in the 154-pound division. Towering around 6 feet 5 inches with an astonishing 80-inch reach, he doesn't just enter the ring, he dominates the space from the moment he steps in. Opponents find themselves looking up at a fighter who can dictate distance, pick shots from afar, and punish mistakes before they even get close. This combination of height, reach, and timing makes Fundora a nightmare matchup for anyone, forcing rivals to rethink their strategies just to survive a single round. His ability to control the pace, keep opponents at bay, and exploit openings with pinpoint precision cements his reputation as a fighter who isn't just strong, he's strategically unstoppable.
Thurman, yes, legend, batter, brooms, didn't knock him down, but did everything else. Man, talk to us about the matchup.
Keith Thurman had a hill to climb. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with Fundora. And man, that layoff didn't help him. Man, like I was just telling my boy Ramon, I was thinking he should have fought our boy first. He should have fought Charlo first. I would like to see that first. Maybe scrap the whole thing. You know, they tried to make this thing twice and it didn't go. So I think they Fundora should have been held up. He should have been put with somebody else, even though I think he hurt himself the second time. So the first time Keith Thurman hurt himself, then the second time, boom, and then boy hurt himself. But it was a good fight, man. Keith Thurman, he showed his heart, he showed his gut. You know what I'm saying? He landed some shots in between, and you know, but they didn't phase Fundora at all.
Now, the debate rages on. Was the stoppage fair, or did Sebastian Fundora's towering size and reach give him an undeniable edge over Keith Thurman? Experts agree he's a dominant force in the 154-pound division, but with so many elite contenders like Virgil Ortiz Jr., Tim Tszyu, and other rising stars still active, the crown is far from settled. Fundora himself is ready for anyone, showing he isn't just defending a title, he's hunting for big fights to cement his legacy. This is the moment for boxing fans to weigh in. Did the referee make the right call, or did Thurman deserve more time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this video with fellow fight fans, and subscribe to stay on top of every explosive boxing showdown.